and lights and things like that, because it's a lot more. It's a
when
lot
I
more
when
reliable and
I
safe.
think back what we used for our first flash pot, and it's bought by a magic dealer, it's so so dangerous. It was so dangerous and so unprofessional. So
couple of nails pounded into a board with a plug stuck. It's pretty much what. Don't do it. Okay, I'm not going to tell any more than that, because you need to know one other thing, and I'm not saying what it was. But I remember back when we first learned how to do flash pots, I can't believe we were doing that. It was insane.
Yeah.
Somebody asked about if you could tell them the name of that gimmicked coin. Once again, there was some cutout in the lecture for a little while.
Yeah, that's the Gemini gimmick.
Yeah, that's right. It's Gemini or Gemini, depending on where in the world you're from.
It's made by Auke van Dokkum from the Netherlands.
Okay.
And I think it's cupsandballs.nl.
Yeah.
And it's
okay.
It's not cheap, but for me it's worth the money.
It's a heck of a gimmick. It's really nice. Yeah, I like it. I can do a lot of fun stuff with that.
Yeah. You can drop it and it doesn't damage.
Neat. And then let's see. They wanted to know how the levitation of the business card is done. We're not telling you.
It's not my invention,
and we can't remember whose it is, so you'd have to go to the source to know that. Do you ever do any tricks that actually involve your mustache, or do you talk about that at all in the show? What do you do anything with it?
Actually, not in particular. I have a character when I do magic.
The Prussian soldier, right?
The Prussian, no, not the soldier,
not
the police officer.
Prussian police officer.
So that's my mustache is actually guilty to create this character, because an agency asked me, you have this Kaiser Wilhelm mustache, can you do this, do magic in this uniform? And so I started to develop this character because of this mustache. Yeah. It was first. But I have no cut and restored mustache or something.
Let's see. When I asked you about what your process and your tips were, now you gave great information here, and if somebody contacts you, they're going to get the PDF of the checklist. I'm going to contact you and get the PDF of the checklist, just so you know, because it's worth having no matter what skill level you're in, to double check everything that you do.
And it fits for everybody. If you do kid magic, if you do great illusions or something, these are basic things, so you can adapt this for every kind of magic. So.
Yeah, I look forward to getting it. But I did ask you about your process, and you were saying some things about how you question everything, and be natural and authentic. Don't forget the magic, and most of those I understand. And then here's the thing: there's more than a laugh to entertain people. There's more than just. Are you talking about more than just getting one emotion? You know, like not always going for comedy, sometimes going for something else. Is that the?
So the problem is if you do a gag, people laugh and feel entertained. Okay, but we have the opportunity, we have the possibility in magic to create more emotion than a laugh. And for me, there are three versions of three possibilities how an audience can react. The first is a laugh. The second is an honest applause. The third is silence. And if you create silence, I think this is the most difficult reaction of the audience, because if only one audience member doesn't is part of this, you will hear it. So if you get the full attention, and the silence is very hard to get. And but how do I say this in English? Because the magic effect, how does it sound? How does an astonishing sounds? It's like a and it's over. Yeah. Or you get a laugh because it frees your twisted minds about that. But I don't mean these laughs. I mean these stupid gags to free ourselves, because many magicians are afraid about their own magic.
Yeah,
they do an effect, and they have to say a stupid.
Sure, Paul Harris talked a little bit about that with the art of astonishment, about not saying the final gag or the final line, just letting people stay in that moment, and it's a challenge.
It's like waiting with the coins for a reaction. It's so difficult, and if you have a great gag, just wait. Wait a long time before you bring it. So the effect needs to have his time to go through the brain and into the heart.
Sure. Yeah, sure. No, I think it's great advice is to try to just to be able to sustain something. As long as you have that point that you're getting to where there is some kind of a payoff, which is really, really great, which I love that, when you perceive that a performer is going somewhere, and then all of a sudden there's a payoff. And you did it beautifully to get all the magicians when you were going through the way that the newspaper tear developed and showing all of the different versions of it, and then the poster is a revelation. You took your time. Everything else is very important because you know that there's just one little effect. But you weren't rushing to it.
If the things you do before make sense, if they have a meaning or have a reason why you do this, then you can take time.
Let's see. I don't believe that we have any other questions coming in right now. I just want to ask what you think that magicians should improve in general. If you can kind of sum up from your perspective, performing for live audiences for many, many years and seeing what people react to, what can anybody that's maybe starting out or trying to understand how to work for an audience, what do you think that they could do, the one thing that they could do to make all of their magic better?
So this is difficult to say, of
That's
course.
Right.
But I think that the main thing is if magic is more meaningful, is more artificial, see this as a tool to express yourself, to tell people your opinion of things, for instance, or to create questions in their mind beyond how it's done. So, for instance, I have a routine where I ask the audience or a spectator, do you believe in destiny? Is destiny there or not? And this philosophical question, I have worked in a magic trick. So people can go out of the show and have a question which they like to discuss with themselves or with other people or so. Or the plot, the theme of a trick don't has to be so big and philosophical, full of philosophy, but just something that moves people inside. So a little bit.
Yeah.
And they are interested in the person that performs. So they like to know what I am thinking about things, and this is my way to handle that. And
that's what I was going to say. Is that you're connecting with them on a human level, that's separate but related to the magic that you're creating. And I've found in my own work probably the same thing that you have. If you do that, if you establish that you're interesting and interested in things, people are much more likely to approach you and talk to you and just want you to be around. You don't have to show them magic tricks. I think it's brilliant advice. Great advice.
Yeah, it's great.
Let's have one last big round of applause for Axel Hecklau.
Thank you.
Fantastic meeting you and having a chance to hang out with you. Thanks so much for being here. Thank you so much for supporting Live.